The Federal and SR Public Welfare Trust present the Pudukkottai Marathon 2025. This event is co-presented by Rupee Apex Group of Companies on Sunday, August 3.
Unfortunately, in Tamil Nadu, politics is always emotive. It is never deep.
You were the most rated man in India.
My father was never made the chief of the party in Tamil Nadu. So, that might be an historical mistake of the Congress party. TVK by the film star Vijay. I really don't think that young people, non-political young people, are gravitating towards the Congress. So there's no guarantee that you will succeed because you're somebody's son or daughter or you're related to it. The police in India behave like the British Raj is put. They have a Jallianwala Bagh, General Dyer mentality. That mentality continues in the police force even after 75 years. And the TVK is only a fledgling party.
Apart from Rahul, who are the strong leaders you have? Hello, Federal viewers. Welcome to a chat with Congress politician and Sivaganga MP, Mr. Karti Chidambaram. Hello, sir. Welcome to the show.
How are you?
Hi. Sir, way back in 2020, you mentioned you were the most rated man in India. Have you come out of the cloud?
No, I think so. I don't think anybody else has been rated more than me. If there is somebody who's been rated more than me, they should come and claim that crown.
Okay. One straight point I would like to ask. You had mentioned in one of the meetings that DMK wins not just only because its own voter base, it also takes the voter base of the Congress party. Why can't it set a deadline to contest in Tamil Nadu on its own?
No, we are in no position to contest on our own. There are many reasons why we can't contest on our own. Our organization is not strong enough. We do not have a leader who can be projected as a chief minister as yet, and the party has not made any efforts since the last time in '89 when we contested under the leadership of Mr. Moopanar. We have never really thrown up anybody as a potential chief ministerial candidate.
Not even your father?
He was never made TNCC president. My father was never made the chief of the party in Tamil Nadu. So, that might be an historical mistake of the Congress party. But anyways, now it's too late to correct it. My father is almost 80 now. So, it's too late to correct it.
Why don't you think you will fit into that role?
I am sure I will fit into the role. It's only that the high command or many others, some people think I fit into the role. Many people think I'm too blunt, outspoken and direct. And maybe that doesn't suit their needs at the moment. But the Congress party is in no position to contest elections on our own. We need to have an alliance.
Even if you are made to the chief?
No, it takes a long time to build an organization. An organization cannot be just built just because you replace A with B. And even when you replace a person, you must give them the mandate to chart your own course and to build. It takes a long time. At the moment, we need to be in alliance. We are grateful for that we are in an alliance here. The India Alliance, under the leadership of the DMK, is a formidable alliance. And I believe the DMK-led alliance will win the election. The Congress, of course, adds value. We bring a secular sheen to the party. Minorities feel convinced about an alliance only when the Congress is there. We have our vote bank, not very much, but we do have a vote bank. In some pockets greater, some pockets smaller, but there is a committed vote bank for the Congress.
You had mentioned in many public platforms that your party has to grow young. Your grand old party has to grow young. What kind of activities your party are into to keep the young population? Any initiatives taken?
I'm not too sure that we are really doing anything to attract young people in Tamil Nadu. Today, the field has gotten very crowded in Tamil Nadu. The two Dravidian parties are the primary political parties here. There is no doubt about that. And now with the advent of this new party, TVK, by the film star Vijay, I really don't think that young people, non-political young people, are gravitating towards the Congress. The Congress, of course, has these membership drives, which I really don't believe in, because most membership drives of all political parties are exaggerated ghost exercises. I don't think we're doing anything special to bring young people in. The Congress has got its own ethos. The Congress has got its own legacy. So there are people who align with the Congress ideology. They continue to be there. But we are not doing anything special unfortunately, to attract young people into our fold.
So there is always a debate on this dynastic politics, and that falls on you also. Whatever the efforts you took to come out of the shadow of your father?
The fact that I have to be myself. The fact that I am my father's son is a fact. That's not something which is only upon me. In India,
no, the extra edge which you have since you come from the.
There is no age for every successful member of a family. I can name an equal number of members of families who have failed in politics. So there is no guarantee that you will succeed because you are somebody's son or daughter or you are related to it. Yes, within political parties, and political parties sometimes give opportunities a little faster for known families. This is not a phenomena only within the Congress. This is a phenomena even in the BJP. I mean, I just read that yesterday that Gopinath Munde's third daughter is going to contest the cooperative society election. She's already got two daughters who have been in politics before. So politics is family oriented in all political parties. Most political
So what
parties.
do you do to establish?
I speak up. I have my mind of my own. I say my own thing. People notice me for what I say. You've been interviewing me about what I say and what I do. You're not interviewing me because I'm my father's son. You speak. You might agree with me or disagree with me, but you're interviewing me for my views. Only by articulating my views, I create my own space, and that's eventually it's up to the people to accept it or to reject me.
TVK leader Vijay has came up with his first demonstration against the custodial deaths, and he said criticized DMK as a sorry Sarkar government. What's your response? How as a politician, how do you think he's growing into this region as a politician? He's a successful actor, but how about a politician?
See, custodial death is a systemic problem. It is not a problem which has been created by the DMK government. I know they say that there have been X number of custodial deaths in this during this regime, but there would have been custodial deaths in the previous regime as well. This is a systemic problem. I have said this before. It is because of the culture of the police. The police in India behave like a British Raj's police. When the police force was created by the British Raj, it was created to subjugate the local population. To basically to take the boots and to stamp the local population. They have a Jallianwala Bagh, General Dyer mentality. That mentality continues in the police force even after 75 years. This is not a culture which has been created by this government or the previous government. So if you really want to have a change in this, it is no point blaming the executive. You must have wholesale retraining of the police force and a complete new operating procedure on how they must interact with the public. They must shed their colonial mentality. While political parties like the TVK are criticizing the government, I would have been happier if they had looked far more deeper into this, looked at the problem and said why this is problem happening and how can we solve it. But that unfortunately in Tamil Nadu, politics is always emotive. It is never deep, and that has been one of my quibbles with everything. And the TVK is only a fledgling party. I agree that they have a lot of interest now because he's a popular movie star. There is a bit of energy in the party. I don't deny it. There are a lot of young people are gravitating towards it, particularly those who use social media platforms, particularly Instagram. I know that there is an interest in it. But whether this energy will convert into a proper form and whether it will become a viable political party which can get a significant number of votes in the election remains to be seen.
About that custodial death, you said both DMK and ADMK had their own share of.
It is not only ADMK,
deaths.
DMK, it is throughout India.
Yes, throughout India. So, do you think, it was just Congress party that ruled so many years? They also did not make any efforts to reform the police force.
The Congress party will also carry its blame. But the Congress party last ruled the Tamil Nadu from 1962 to 1967.
This is national perspective.
Of course, it is a problem of our system. Our system continues, the police system continues to be a colonial force. This has to be, there must be wholesale reform. We have not seen wholesale reform in the way we police in our country. Yes, it is a system problem. It is not a DMK problem. It is not an ADMK problem. It is not a problem with the Congress. Yes, if all political parties must proportionately take blame, I am sure the Congress party also will proportionally take blame.
About this delimitation and increasing the number of MPs for the northern regions, you were one of those who raised the question on the amount of time given to MPs.
It will not help. It will harm. If you increase the number of MPs in India, first and foremost, according to population, Tamil Nadu and the southern representation will go down. As a percentage, it will go down. That is not fair. While we are contributing higher per capita tax to the nation, we can't be penalized because we have implemented family planning properly. Because before the policy was V2, Rs2, then it became V2, Rs1. Whereas Tamil Nadu has effectively implemented family planning. You can't be penalized for it and give us lesser representation. Giving lesser representation to the southern states and particularly to Tamil Nadu will be unfair. And secondly, having more MPs in parliament does not mean we'll have better representation, because as it is, we don't get enough time to speak. If we increase the number of MPs, and as it is, parliament hardly sits for 100 odd days in a year, and with the limited time we have, it will just become an echo chamber. It will just become like a large chamber where there will be no effective debate. To have effective debate, you must have quality limited members. Not expanding the numbers will not give you quality debate. So I am completely opposed to delimitation purely based on population, and by increasing the size of the house, you will only diminish the debating time and quality in parliament.
Do you see Modi's next regime coming up in the 2029 polls? Well, is 70 after 75 years they have to retire. That is the unwritten rule in BJP. Do you think Modi will retire or he will continue?
I don't think there's any rule in the BJP like that, and I'm not.
They have
too
an
sure.
unwritten rule, but many of their leaders.
It's really for them to speak about it, and I mean, there is no constitutional mandate or a legal provision for anybody to retire at 75. So it's really up to them as a party to decide who they want to be the leader of the party. Yes, he is the leader of the party, but as far as 29 is concerned, I mean, it's too early to say that. But my perception from social listening is a fatigue has set in about the BJP. A fatigue has set in about this regime. People are seeing the same thing over and over again, the same kind of promises, the same kind of visuals, the same kind of narrative. And I think a huge fatigue has set in, and I think this fatigue will only get worse in 2029. And I hope India will realize that they need to have a change, and the change will be a government led by the Congress.
Okay. Who are the promising faces of Congress to face the 2029 Lok Sabha polls?
As far as the Congress party is concerned,
Apart from Rahul, who are the strong leaders you have?
and see, the point is, if you ask the average cadre of the Congress party, they are completely would like to have Rahul Gandhi as the face of the party. But each state, each region will have leaders of their own. So we have D.K. Shivkumar in Karnataka. We'll have names. Regional Congress will always keep up throwing names. Congress always throws up younger people and younger leaders. And in some states, the party is stronger, and some states, the organization is not so strong. For example, the party is very strong in Karnataka. It is very strong in Kerala. So in these states, of course, there will be a greater plethora of younger people coming up. And in states where we are dependent on regional allies and our scope is limited, it will be a little slower.
Okay. Despite facing so many inquiries, ED, CBI, all that, why do you think people of your constituency, Sivaganga, are voting for you?
I don't think they take these kind of ED, CBI seriously at all. They all know that it is only a political tool to harass political opponents who oppose this present regime. So none of them take it seriously. I don't think there's any credibility to these agencies because they only go after opposition leaders with trumped up cases. The reason why I'm accepted in my constituencies is first and foremost, I'm a straight shooter. I say and I speak things as I see it. I don't sugarcoat it, and I don't mince my words when I say things. Whether however unpopular they are or whatever it is, I speak my mind. And they also know that I don't do petty politics. I don't interfere in people's lives. Most other places, people always fear that politicians will interfere into their private affairs. I do not interfere into the private issues of people. And I'm always a neutral person who always speaks up for everybody. And I think that has been the strength for me in my constituency.